Hey everybody, welcome to Mainely Movies. I was seeing the new Ghostbusters movie when it was released, so I'm a few hours late here, but we've got our first teaser trailer for the upcoming fantasy horror comedy film, Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, which is, unsurprisingly, a sequel to Tim Burton's 1988 film, Beetlejuice. I think we're good. Like everybody else who grew up in the 80s or 90s, Beetlejuice was a formative part of my childhood. I watched the original film many times back then, and was also a pretty decent fan of the cartoon in the early 90s as well. But this sequel is a film that I definitely never thought we'd be getting. I mean, it has been 36 years since the original movie, but not only are we getting it, but it's supposed to be bringing back everybody again. Tim Burton's directing, Michael Keaton's back as Beetlejuice, Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara are back. I've been avoiding anything about the plot so far, so I'm not really sure what the story basis is going to be here, but I'm very curious to find out, so let's see what this trailer has to offer. Alright, that's good. Mateo. Okay, so we got the covered bridge, we got the bike, we got everything going on again here. I'm glad they're going as ridiculous as ever with that. Okay, so we've got like three generations there. Not sure who died to bring them all back, but oh. Oh, it's so wild seeing this model again.
The juice is loose.
Oh man, that's it? Okay. Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Okay, so not a ton there, but I mean that's definitely a short teaser trailer. Okay, so very much a teaser trailer. I think it was like 1 minute and 16 seconds, and that had a lot of post-trailer stuff going on. It had a pretty long intro for the WB logo in the front, so this is very short, probably only like 50 seconds of actual footage. But that's okay. I mean, we're still quite a ways out, right? It's only, what is it now, March? So we still have like 6 months to go before this movie comes out, or 5.5 months, something like that. So I guess it makes sense that we don't have a ton of information, ton of footage out there yet. But this is, you know, as kind of like a first look kind of thing, this isn't that bad. I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it looks visually very much in line with the original. It'll be interesting to see like how they handle like the sandworms and kind of stuff like that, because there were a lot of practical effects between those and then just kind of the different faces and stuff that were being used throughout that film. So it'll be interesting to see if they try to stick with the practical side of things. I hope so, but who knows. This one, you know, the model at least still looked kind of practical, but it's totally possible it wasn't. But this still looks very fun. The Deo, oh man, having that song in there as kind of this background, this slowed down thing. It's a very common thing to do, right? To take like popular songs now and slow them down and kind of put this weird spin on them for a trailer. And so it's just perfect that they use that song for the trailer here, because obviously it's a very iconic scene in the first movie. So it's fun seeing that, fun seeing just like all the kids singing it. I don't know if they actually are singing in the movie or it just happened to be able to be synced up with what they really sing in the film, but in either case, it was very fun. So I like that. I like seeing this town again. We see sort of these, a handful of these like places that we recognize from the first movie, which is fun, like the covered bridge, and the house, right? They're back at the house. It's kind of interesting. Again, it's just a teaser trailer, so there's like no information plot-wise really here. We get little hints of things. We get Lydia, her mom, and I'm assuming her daughter, are there for some funeral. I'm not sure who died, but somebody died, and that brought them back to this town from wherever they have gone post first film. But it's fun seeing them back in this house. Lydia has obviously stuck with her style for the last almost 40 years, so that's kind of a fun touch as well. But it's really interesting. I'm curious to see kind of what's gonna happen. Michael Keaton seems to enjoy himself just as much as he did back in the day with this role. I imagine he's gonna be, I guess, pursuing Lydia again? I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna be going on in this. She seemed a little startled that he was back, which makes sense because he was in line, right? He had a really high number, and he had a shrunken head at the end of the first film. So it'll be interesting to see how he got back to his little area in the model. So I don't know. There's very little to go on here, but what I saw, I liked. And so I'm looking forward to this. Obviously, it could be a bit of a letdown. I doubt it'll be better than the first film. And obviously, with like the nostalgia influences of mine and many people's relationship with that movie, right? It's going to be tough to beat. And I doubt this film is really going to try to do that, the sequel, I mean. But second installment that is a genuine sequel, but set almost 40 years later, that's it has some potential, at least. So I'm curious to see what's going to become of this film. So that's just my very brief thoughts on the even more brief trailer that we got here. But what did you think of it? Are you looking forward to a very delayed sequel to Beetlejuice? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Alright, so if you got some enjoyment or insight out of this trailer reaction, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe here at it to see more videos like this, as well as movie reviews. Till next time, this has been Alyssa with Mainely Movies, the way life should be.